We need an object from the audience that we won't break. If it's an iPad, we might break it.
Here you go.
Look at that.
All right, look at this. Okay.
Never got one of those before.
All right. I was hoping for the iPad. That's Mike's. Okay. So what we got is an object here. This game called Object Narrative. What we're going to do is one at a time. We're going to come up and tell a story about why this particular hairbrush has played such an important part in our lives. So here we go with Object Narrative. Go.
So, I make a lot of money with this particular invention. I created this invention. I was sitting on the toilet at the time. Well, maybe I should not say that. I already said it. Okay. And I had a great thought. I look over at now ex-wife counter, and she have a very big hairbrush. And I think this was at a time when the cell phone were getting bigger, and iPad were becoming popular. And I think to myself, what if we could combine the age-old hairbrush and the iPad in one, all together, so you could be brushing hair and surfing the net. This was a mental breakdown. I mean, a mental breakthrough. So I get to work immediately. I grab a piece of toilet paper, start sketching right away, because I had a pen with me, and the paper was right there, so I sketch right away. The sketch was actually very simple. It was just a big brush, and then basically an iPad on the back of the brush. And I go into work. At time I work at the dry cleaner. I go into work and I tell my supervisor, I have a great idea. And then I pull out a piece of toilet paper, and he stepped back real fast. The uncomfortable toilet paper, apparently. And I said, no, great idea. I have a picture. And after about 30 minutes of me explaining to him what the picture was, he go, oh, this is a great idea. I have lots of money to just throw away on nothing. I will give it to you. So I take the money. I have a cousin who is very good with electronics. I go to cousin who's good with electronics, and I steal my now ex-wife a hairbrush, and I take hairbrush. And I say, I need you to attach an iPad to the back of the hairbrush. Apparently he did not understand me, because it came back with the big iPad glued to the back of the hairbrush. So that was mock-up one. Not very good. Not very good at all. You cannot brush hair with an iPad hanging on this. And you cannot sell it as just an app. So I told him we must shrink iPad down really tiny so it fits on the back of hairbrush. This time he said, oh, I understand what you are doing, cousin. So he shrink it down, and we have an iPad on the back of a hairbrush. And I made millions of dollars off of the iPad on the back of the hairbrush.
So I was down at the dry cleaners. I had left Betty Faye's Hair and Nail Emporium, where I'm, of course, the hairdresser. And I was down at the dry cleaners, and I overheard this little conversation between the owner and one of his workers about combining an iPad and a hairbrush. And I said, OMG, that would be just perfect for the salon. Because then, I could be brushing their hair and then hand them the brush, and they can sit there and do their internet surfing. So I thought that was just brilliant. So I talked to the gentleman there, and I said, look, let me have your first brush, and I'll try it out for you. So I was very excited. I went back and I told Betty Faye that We were going to make millions of dollars, and she was going to be a star. Well, 2 days later, I get back to the dry cleaners, and he brings out this hairbrush with this big iPad stuck on the back of it. It's like, hello, you know, you could hurt yourself. I could see the clients, you know, knocking themselves out while they were trying to brush their hairs. So, you know, he explained it was just, you know, his cousin just didn't understand English that well, and apparently his Chinese wasn't too good either. So I gave it back to him, and I got back a week later, and it had a very small iPad on the back of it. And I took it down to Betty Faye's, and let me tell you, some of her clients wanted to buy it immediately from us. Well, we wouldn't sell it, although we did get, since we were the very first place to have the eye brush, that we made quite a commission on all of the sales, because the dry cleaner, he's a good friend of mine.
Boring in prison there. View never changes. The guard's going to come by here in about 3 minutes, and he's going to wrap his stick right there on the bar. He's going to try to intimidate me. Would you watch it there? Could you not hit my bar every day, you know? See, every day he has a fight with his wife or something there. Sucks. Prison's no fun there. I used to be somebody there. I had my own dry cleaners there, you know? Yeah, I was a venture capitalist too, you know? I took money and I turned it into things, you know? I was a creative kind of guy. I went to art school. I shouldn't be here in prison. I didn't do nothing. I just got creative there. Yeah, printed off a few dollars. It looked real, you know? What are you going to do? Pretty good at it too there. So this Chinese guy came in my shop one day there. He said he had some ideas, and he pulled out some paper there, and he had a sketch. This is a great idea, though. This guy was combining a hair device with an electronic computing device. It's never been done before. You see, I'm Tony Zamboni. I used to recognize talent. I'm a genius in that way. I said, hey, man, this is good stuff right here. You need some financial backing? He said, yeah. So I said, I'll give you just about 5 minutes. I went back there in the back there, and I printed up some money, man. Came out there, and I said, it's going to be enough. This guy just went berserk. So I gave him this money, maybe, you know, $2,000 to $3,000 there, and the guy went off, and he invented this thing. The thing is, he spent that money all over there. I said, look, you don't spend it to anybody except the boys over there in the Bronx, because they know what to do with this kind of money. He went over there and spent it at Walmart and all these places. Oh my God, the Apple Store. So Tony Zamboni winds up in prison there. Yeah. I'm a millionaire. I could have been a millionaire. I backed this thing. The guy's on the New York Stock Exchange. Look at this. This is genius. See there, he starts up to $120. It's about to split. You know, the only thing that's good is I get visitors. My hairdresser comes here. See, he's there. I get one visit every week. Jock, look, I got this cow leg there. Could you fix that?
Absolutely, sweetie. My. Quit lying on that, all right?
It's the height of my life.
Hi, guys.
Hey, thanks for showing up for the weekly podcast. Okay, so this week on Great Memes of the Aughts and Naughties, we're going to talk about the great memes and the big fads of the first decade of the 21st century. You know, some of you were just little kids, 4 or 5 back then. Some of the stuff you may not know about. And the big thing I got today, these were sold in limited supply. There are only about 20,000 of these out. This is an eye brush. You guys see it? Look, woo. You see okay, see on this side you got the brush, and over here you got the iPad. See it? Yeah, it's cool. They haven't made batteries for 5 years, so it's black, okay? But it was an iPad, right? Right? You can look it up on Wikipedia. It's cool. All right, so this is the eye brush. Okay, let's talk about the eye brush. We'll talk about a story about the eye brush. Okay, what you need to know about the eye brush is that it was an overnight venture capital sensation. It restored the economy, which had gone through the slump in 2008, because everybody in America bought one of these things, paid for one of these things. Stock had been limited to 20,000. Most of America, in fact, if you talk to your parents, they may still be waiting for an order of these things. It's a really interesting story. The gentleman who made it was an Asian American. He was a first-generation Asian American. He got venture capital from his boss at his labor job, and he worked with his family to design this. And then it turned out that there was this crazy counterfeiting ring thing, but it was too late because there were orders upon orders piling up, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's always this way, out of nowhere comes Steve Jobs and lays down this crazy eye brush injunction. And he's got these 2 lawyers working for him, and they're just about to get this guy sued for like $1 billion, and they both drop dead in the courtroom, standing right next to each other. Crazy. And this is like 2011, okay? So this was one of the first 6 or 7 court cases where they actually had live video feed going out to the internet and public television. These 2 guys just dropped dead. Okay, so this is the part you guys have probably seen, because the 2 lawyers dropping dead, that's what they turned into their viral ad campaign for the eye brush. It was the 2 lawyers dropping dead, and then a quick cut to the little meme with the bat where the guy goes, brushy, brushy, brushy. And he just does it over and over again, and he flips it, and it's the eye brush right there. It's brushy, 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 and 2 lawyers falling down. So you guys have all seen that. So this is the eye brush right here. And that started that trend. And, it's what got us all of the stuff we have today. Like, look, there's my flying car over there. And then I know it's only like 2 feet long, but hey, it does fly. And then over there, yeah, that's my little robot. He does all my homework for me. In case you're watching, Dr. Amherst, I actually do the homework. The robot just takes dictation. It's cool. I'm following the honor code. Yeah, so tune in next week for great memes of the Auddies and Naughties, and we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the big fire, the plush fire. When yeah, you all watched that. Yeah. I still feel really sorry for everybody in the Snuggie industry. It's great.